Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Parks Alliance read-along with the Philadelphia Parks Alliance. Our guest today is Eli Prosper. He's still getting himself together today, so we'll just be talking for a few minutes in the meantime, and then once everything's ready to go, we'll get started with today's reading. So I'm going to bring on Lula, who will join me, and we'll talk about what kind of things were going on this week. Hi, Lula.
Hi, Jack. Thank you for joining me today. How are you?
Yes, of course. I'm doing well. The weather's getting nicer every day, at least. It's, so I can't, it helps a little bit. Obviously, in this time, it's hard to keep yourself focused or motivated or whatever it is, but actually being able to go outside does help.
It really does. It does. I agree with you. Every time my husband and I go outside for fresh air, I always feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, welcome everyone to our Monday virtual reading. Our guest is connected to us, but he's having an issue with the camera. So you might just be hearing his voice today because we can hear him, but we can't see him. So bear with us. And if you joined us this morning for Meditation Monday, thank you so much for taking time to, start your morning with us. It was really refreshing. We did some breathing exercise. And of course, we'll be back next Monday for Meditation Monday as well, 8 o'clock. So we'll have more information about that. What do we have coming up? Let's see. We have the letter that we have put together, and we're asking organizations and groups to sign on. It's a letter to City Council to support funding for parks and recreations. So we're super excited about that.
We'll be putting that in the comments. So anyone who's if you're a member of a Friends of group or any other organization really in Philadelphia, we would love if you could sign and show the support, because we understand how important our parks and recreation are going to be when it comes to finding some normalcy again this summer, whatever that can look like or will look like. We understand that those will be really important, and your support will go a long way to showing City Council that as well.
I agree. So we put the link in the comment section. So if you get a chance, just click on the Google form and read it through it. And if you feel comfortable, please feel free to support us by signing it. And there was one more thing. My brain just went blank. So the hearing is May 26th. It will have more information about how you can contribute your voice to the hearing coming up sometimes this week. But of course, you can always go to the city's website to learn more about the hearing that's coming up, about the budget. And if you want to support the different departments or Parks and Recreation, that's another way to support it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We got Eli connected.
Awesome. So I'll take myself off and we'll add him in, and I'll see you afterwards.
Okay. And if you just tuned in, please comment in the comment section to let us know where you are watching from. Hi, Eli.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us. We were having some technical difficulties, but you're here, so we're grateful for that.
Sorry about that. Took a little while with computers and everything, so
it was perfect timing. So you're here, so that's all that matters. And before you start reading, I thought you and I can chit chat about just your background and just what you do, who you work for. And I know you have a long years of passion about youth development, and it applies to the work that you're doing right now. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Eli Prosper. I was born in Manhattan, New York. So I was born in Spanish Harlem for 9 years, right up at 175th Street. Then I moved up north to Binghamton, New York. Didn't hear about it till I got there either, where I went to high school. And after that, meeting some new friends, just some really cool people. I ended up going to college at Ohio Christian University.
Okay.
That's where I did my 4-year stint. And then after that, that's where I found Philly. So during my senior year, I was in a emergency management course, and that was also when the Pope was here. And so through that program, I was able to come down and actually help Salvation Army and some of the first responders here.
Okay.
And when I fell in love with the city. And so I just looked around and, just being a city kid myself from New York, just definitely viewed Philly as like a little brother to New York. So I definitely just, felt right at home and decided to come right after school.
That's awesome.
So right after that, I went to City Year. And so that's where I started my stint in education, had no background at it at all, but stayed there for 2 years as a core member, and now I work for Playworks, Pennsylvania.
And you are the site manager, or correct me if I'm wrong?
Right. So I'm a site coordinator.
Coordinator. There you go.
Yep.
And can you tell us more about your work and your organization?
Absolutely. So I don't know if you can see my shirt right here. You know, I had to represent. So here at Playworks, we believe in the power of play for everybody, from the smallest child to the biggest adult. And we know it's important for our social emotional needs, just for community and everything just surrounding Philadelphia. And we have 23 sites throughout the United States, and that's how passionate we are about play, right? And so that's one thing we realized here in Philly, realizing that there's 2/3 of Philly schools without an actual playground. So if you actually go to school, you actually see nothing but like concrete and, you know, maybe some lines painted down. And that's where we come in. We specialize with just low equipment places and just implementing some of our intellectual property, which is our games.
Okay.
And that helps with group management, fun, and you learn a whole bunch of different skills in the process. So we're talking about leadership skills, teamwork, and anything else you can think of.
Oh, that's incredible. Especially, I mean, the best memories that I ever had when I was in grade school and just, you know, when I was in like 6th, 7th grade was that recess time, being able to actually go out and not think about work, but just interact with my classmates, but just have fun. And I love that you guys are incorporating that, especially in our city where it's much needed, much
Yeah,
needed.
it's so important because even to your point, as a kid, you know, that's where I learned to be an individual myself. That's where some of my first dates came from. You know, that's where I made some of my closest ties to my friends. Actually, a group of my friends and I met on the playground yard, and you know, about 15 years later, we're still best friends.
Right. And talk about just creating that creativity that comes to you when you're interacting in a different space with your classmates. I love that. And we're going to, once Eli finished reading his picked book, we'll share more information about Playworks and how you can connect with them at the end. We'll put the website in the comment section. And also, Eli, if you feel comfortable, you can give us your contact information. So if there are maybe some viewers who might want to partner with you or learn more about your organization, they can connect with you that way.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the book you picked.
Sure. So the book that I picked is called Beautiful Oops. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. All right. So it's called Beautiful Oops by Barney Salzberg. And there's a little byline up top by Jamie Lee Curtis. So I chose this book. I was actually having a hard time picking a book. So my wife is a 4th grade teacher here in the city. And so she has a whole bunch of books in the house.
Perfect.
And I really wanted to choose a book that was kind of different. And so this book is really cool because it touches upon creativity and just finding the best out of, you know, any mistakes that might happen in life.
Which happens a lot. A lot of things were developed from like things you never really thought about. So if you just joined us, this is recorded, so you can rewatch it again at the end, or you can just join us as Eli's about to start the read along. You can also invite people to watch as well. At the end of the reading, this lives on our Facebook page, also on our YouTube page, so you can always go back and refer to this reading whenever you like. Eli, I'm going to take myself off the screen and I'm going to let you take over. Once you finish reading, I'll come back and I will talk about how people can connect with you in the different platforms that your organization has.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Lula. All right, everybody. Kind of a short read, but it's still pretty cool. All right, so bear with me. So this book is called The Beautiful Oops by Barney Salzberg. Some really cool pictures right there. Oops, a torn piece of paper. Is just the beginning. So if we can see that. Every spill has lots and lots of possibilities. So if you can see that, they turn that big old ink spill into a cool elephant. Bent paper, and I remember having bent paper a whole bunch on my middle school and elementary school notebooks. So bent paper is something to celebrate. Turn that corner into a penguin. A little drip of paint. Let your imagination run wild. A scrap of paper can be fun to play with. A smudge and a smear can make magic appear. A stain has potential if you play with its shape. We'll turn that stain into a frog. That's pretty dope. Holes in your paper are worth exploring. I don't know if you can see that, but there's something in there. When you think you have made a mistake, oops, think of it as an opportunity to make something. And that's it. So I chose this book because it reminds me that whenever I make a mistake, I can use it as a possibility to create.
I completely agree. I actually took this creativity class, and it's so funny because this is for kids, but it talks about the same message, pretty much, not to disregard your mistakes that you make and look into how you can develop it to something bigger or an opportunity. So a very fun book, indeed. We have a commenter that says, Elaine, thank you so much for watching. It says that was a fun book, which I agree. Sometimes the simplest messages are the strongest, especially when you are working with kids, straight to the point and simple enough that they can understand it and apply it. That was a great pick.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So tell us about is there an opportunity for people to maybe go to your website and learn more about your organization? And how can people interact with you?
Absolutely. So actually right now, since we are in this pandemic, we've had to be real creative ourselves.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
So one thing that we've been doing is something called Play at Home.
Okay.
And so if our viewers are interested, you can go to playworks.org. And you can go / get involved and play at home. And you'll automatically see all the videos that we've done the past 2 months just to get kids moving and engaged. I know some parents are taking kids outside in the front kind of thing.
Right.
Some parents are just, really just keeping them inside as well. And so our videos are recorded and so they can have complete access to that. And so also, we also have a playbook. And in that playbook, we have tons of games. You can play at home with siblings. Parents can play with their friends or something like that as well. So
is this a free resource?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I love the play at home. I like the just switch up of play at home because obviously everyone is cooped up at home and it's just like it feels like there's nothing to do. So that's a great resource. We're going to put the link in the comment section so you're able to download or watch the videos and apply it to your part of your routine if you're interested. But it sounds like a great resource.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and it's 3 times a day as well, at 12, 2, and 4 p.m. So if you can't make the first one, you can hop on the second one and vice versa.
That's incredible. Thank you for being creative and, you know, switching to the virtual world of still accessing that space for kids and parents. And I mean, for families in general. That was very thoughtful of you guys.
No problem.
And we have put the link in the comment section. So if you just joined us, don't worry. This is recorded. You can rewatch it again. But play at home. If you go to Playworks.org, I apologize. You'll find more resources about how the different activities that you could do as a family at home. And hopefully once the world opens back up again, whatever that normal will look like for us, you're able to incorporate it in the different schools. And you are a national organization, if I'm not mistaken?
We are.
Yes. So you're not just currently in Pennsylvania, but you're also in like New Jersey, New York, and different spaces. Wow.
Yep, we're all over.
So if you go to the website, you will learn more about the organization, which I think you guys are doing incredible work. It's much needed, especially in city schools, because we are missing that space of when kids can be just kids by playing outside. So I look forward to learning more about your organization, but also if you just joined us and you are a parent or if you have youth who you're taking care of, I think this is a great resource to look after. And Eli, I would like to thank you for taking time and take your time to join us to read one of your favorite books. But I think that was a very cool book that you picked. And you are more than welcome to come back and join us again. We actually have your colleague tomorrow that will be back. So I'm excited to have a conversation with her as well. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:00. And any closing remarks? No pressure if you don't.
Yeah, don't be afraid to play at home. We got a whole bunch of different resources, and if our website kind of scares you, then we also have a YouTube account as well, so you can just check us out and see some of those videos there too.
So if you go to the website, you'll have all the social media links in the website as well, so you can access them from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube, and also the resources that you shared about on your website. So we have put the link in the comment section. Please feel free to click on it and explore, because it sounds like a really cool website with a lot of great resources. So thank you again, Eli, and thank you everyone for tuning in to watch our Monday read along. And we'll be back tomorrow at 3:00.
Thanks, Lula.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow.